It has come to our attention that in the early years of the 21st century, man was being watched by intelligence greater than theirs, and yet as mortal as their own. Through the chaos, we determine the Fanatics and the Fan.
That's right, folks. You are listening to Fanatics and the Fan. My name is Hawk, and it is about to be off the chain in here. I've got so much news, so much excitement. I'm sitting here with the lovely actress Alexis. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm so excited. We got a big show planned for today.
We do.
You know, not that long ago, and I say that when in actuality it was a long time ago.
Not that long ago, so like either yesterday or like 2 years ago. Same difference.
This decade. We'll go with that.
Sure.
I went to this really swanky hotel.
Are you sure that was this decade?
Yes. And I hung out with some really cool people. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the hotel, people kind of walking by me with ears and tails and capes and bows and arrows. And I was like, what is going on in this hotel?
Clearly something awesome.
Clearly something awesome. And so we got involved. And I've been involved for a while in and out. And you've been involved for about how long?
This will be my third one.
So there's obviously no accounting for taste. So
hey!
We've actually done a lot of stuff with them this year. I love hanging out with these people. Welcome to the show, the staff, the Midwest's most premier pop culture event. Hi, guys. It's the folks from VisionCon. Woohoo!
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Busy.
You're upright.
Very busy.
I have noticed that Brandon has less hair this week than the last time I saw him. A lot less. And some of it's gray.
It's called a haircut.
Sure, that's it. I sent him 3 messages this week. I'm busy. Hawk, I'm busy.
It's okay, that's what I get too. That's what everybody gets when they message him now.
For the next month, right?
Just about. I'm pretty much booked up for everything.
Actually, last year I tripped him. And he stopped and said, hey, Hawk. That's all I needed. Hi, Andrea. I haven't seen you since. We've been watching movies together.
Yes, at the Branson IMAX, our last event was Rogue One.
Great sponsor to Branson IMAX. We saw, what did we see? When they first remodeled it, we were there together. What was that? What was it that we saw?
That was the first movie after the remodel was Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
Oh, so a disappointment. Sure.
No. Branson IMAX did a great job with their remodel. There was nothing disappointing about it.
The remodel was great. It was the film that was the problem.
I was trying. She's not following me.
No, I got you.
It's pretty cool that we, right here in the Ozarks, have one of only 10 theaters in the United States that has laser projected IMAX. It's amazing.
And both you guys have seen a bunch of movies.
Oh, yes.
How amazing. What's your favorite movie that you've seen since they remodeled?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Just because I'm such a big Harry Potter fan.
You did see that, though, didn't you?
I did, yeah. What makes it extra special for me was that when the last Harry Potter movie ended, we thought, it's over, you'll never be back. It was kind of sad, which I actually saw at the Branson IMAX. And as we were leaving, there was a teenage boy who looked like he was maybe 16 or 17. And as we're walking out of the auditorium, he's still in his seat sobbing, just absolutely losing his mind sobbing, and his friends are consoling him because it's over, this big part of your childhood is ending. There'll never be another one. It was sad. To this day, I still think about that and think that I should have gone over and said something to that boy, letting him know that, it was going to be okay. And it was, because now we have more movies.
Like 4 more, right?
Yes.
My favorite since the remodel is, obviously Rogue One. Rogue One.
Right. We just literally spent 10 minutes talking about that.
It was pretty amazing.
And it's been how many months now and we're still talking about it?
It was a great, it was just a great movie. Not only a great Star Wars movie, but a great movie on its own merit. So it's still probably one of the best movies I've saw of 2016.
Would you say it was great because it was so unexpected? I didn't know anything went into it.
It really did. They did a really good job getting me really invested in characters that I knew I was never going to see again. Because it was this prequel thing, and you know that it was, none of those characters were in any of the rest of the movies, so you knew this was a one-off thing. So you got in there, and I didn't expect to enjoy anything other than the Star Wars aspect of it all. Getting to see Vader again, getting to have, some nice plot points that lead into
getting
the
to hear
original
the John
trilogy.
Williams score. Oh, wait.
Well, he'll be back for the next two.
But he really invested me in these other characters that, sometimes even more so than some of the original characters.
Right.
So I was really surprised at how well they did that. It was very good.
I have hung out with you guys a bunch this year. And we've all done, God, how many cons have we done in the last 2 years? And for those of you who can't, Andrew's looking at me like, why would you ask that? We can't put a number on that.
The answer is Andrea has done way too many.
Not last
she's,
year.
The most useful person ever.
Not last year, but the year before. I literally, and this is an honest statement, I went to so many conventions I lost count of how many conventions I went to.
I literally, this week, we got invited to another con for April, and I had to turn it down. And the lady was like, but why? I'm like, because there are already 4 of the cons in April.
Yes. Planet Comic-Con.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that until next week.
I can still be excited now.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
But
So
you're more
much-
excited for VisionCon, right?
Absolutely.
You can't ask her to choose.
I
can.
choose. I choose Vision.
Oh, yes, you can. You better.
I'll choose.
I'm the president. I can ask anything.
So what do you do other than keep him in line? What do you do, Andrea?
Well, I am
Or
the
try to keep him in line.
It is a full-time job.
I am the department head for the media and marketing department, which is just lots of press relations. Social media is just exploded as far as our coverage and it is such a great way for us to interact with people. We get so many more questions just through our Facebook page than we do through emails or any other type
Right.
of contact with them. So I feel like everyone's on social media now, and it's their main means of communication and information.
It's the only way I talk to Brandon. He won't let me talk to him any other way. He don't answer his phone. So, tell us a little bit. For people who have been like under a rock for the last 5 years, tell us, what is this thing we call VisionCon? Where is it? When is it?
It's February 24th through the 26th at the Branson Convention Center in Branson, Missouri, which if you've never been, the convention complex is huge and beautiful. I've been to a lot of conventions, and it's probably one of the nicest convention centers I've ever been to.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. And
It's it's almost a little daunting.
yeah,
Like
it's
if it's
huge.
from a vendor standpoint, when you first show up and you're like, oh, they doing this now.
It's fantastic. And I like to say that we're a big little con. I've been to the mega cons. I've been to Dragon Con last year, over 70,000 people. And it's almost too big of a convention because you can't walk around and you can't get into panels. You'll show up for a panel. We showed up for a panel 2 hours early for Stephen Amell, Green Arrow panel, and we couldn't get in because the line was already too long that you couldn't even get in the panel. But VisionCon, we still have really big guests, but we're small enough that you know that you'll be able to see them, you'll be able to get your autograph, you'll be able to speak to the guests.
Or randomly run into them on the con floor.
Yeah, and
Actually, you will.
Walk around and hang out.
yeah, absolutely, and they're so nice and personable. And if you have a question, and you can just walk up to them and ask them. You can't do that at one of the big mega cons.
Last year, I hung out with your main guest. Now, mind you, I hung out with him before, and he's an uber nerd, and it was so cool.
Oh, he was, yeah, absolutely. Which was Sam Whitworth.
Yes.
In case you missed it.
And
He's so nice.
he's a nerd. Who cares about the nice?
Yeah,
He's a nerd. And standing next to him, you can get the backlash. The girls that bounce off that are so, I can catch. Hey.
They do bounce off.
So how long combined have you two been working on this con?
Combined?
Yes, I'm testing your math skills, Brandon.
Well, it's only year 4 for me.
Well, I mean, if you just want to count this year alone, we're going to say probably about least for me, about 30 to 40 hours a week on this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
at least she's at least done that much.
Well, with the marketing team, we work year round. We don't just work right before the convention, which is what most of my friends
She's
think.
eyeballing Brandon.
She doesn't get that break that everybody else gets for like 3 or 4 months after the con happens. Andrea has to keep working.
As a matter of fact, at our last marketing meeting, half of it was focused on this convention, and half of it was things that we need to do at this convention to prepare for the next one.
I do the most of the marketing for the Fanatics and the Fan, so I understand.
Yeah.
I don't do the marketing for Fanatics and the Fan.
Or anything else for that.
Well, it's fun because I'll get there at the convention center on Thursday, and the convention center will already put next year's contract in my hand when I get there.
That's nice.
For me to be able to sign it by the end of the weekend. So I'm already, making sure that, funds are coming in the right places. Our charities are happy and that kind of stuff immediately for the next year before I even get started on.
And just a little behind the scenes background. You guys usually show up at the con. I know you take most of the week off from your day job, and you show up. Once you get to Branson on Thursday, you're done. You're there. Yeah. There's no leaving Branson.
I get there about 7 a.m. on Thursday, and I don't leave until this year. I decided to stay until Monday this year, just because I knew after everything I tried to get done at the end of the day Sunday last year, I'm like, I gotta give myself another day.
After all that not sleeping you did last year.
So
that's a con thing. I don't think any of us are.
That's probably true.
I can't remember a con I've been to that I didn't walk out hoarse. So
from 7 a.m. on Thursday till Monday afternoon when I check out, I'm
you were
there
such a zombie.
Constantly doing things.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday was so funny. If you know Brandon personally, pick on him Sunday. It is so funny because he won't know it. He won't even feel it.
He won't remember.
At that point, I'm just like, thank you for coming. How are you doing? Just smile.
He's gonna randomly say, "I'm sorry for your loss" in there one day, and not even know he said it.
It's a fugue state. Just know what's happening.
So, I've hung out with you, and I know there are funny con stories from VisionCon. Look on Andrea's face. So you get to go first.
Congrats.
Well, what's our audience here? Or is this PG-13?
They're con-goers. It doesn't matter. I can just leave
just
you.
don't go like NC-17. It's fine.
Keep the language lower and
It'll be fine.
No, my favorite stories aren't really funny stories. They're more endearing to me.
That's fine.
Because the people that you meet at VisionCon, any nerd convention that you go to, the people are always so open-hearted and personable and kind. But at VisionCon, it seems like we have that. Plus, we have the added bonus of being in the Ozarks where people are extra super nice, and we're such a close-knit community that I could walk out on the floor and walk up to someone that I've never met before and said, "Hey, will you go with me out to my car and help me carry stuff in?" They'd be like, "Absolutely." And they'll go out.
Unless it's Brandon.
And they'll be like, "Find somebody else." And you can just not have to worry about going out to your car and getting mugged. It's just, it's just wonderful. I mean, I just feel so.
Did you get mugged, Brandon? Why are you laughing?
Well, I mean, say another convention that you've been to where you feel like that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even take purses into
I
conventions.
love Planet Comic-Con, but there's always 3 of us that go to my car.
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
Set up for Planet Comic-Con, even when there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I love it.
For all my other cons, I have to plan cosplays that have pockets because I don't want to carry a purse. So I don't particularly want to get shoved down and have it taken from me.
I think one of my best stories is that I would have, it was Friday of last year, and I got up about 7 in the morning to get down there on the floor. This is before really anybody else gets in there. They don't start really loading in until 8, and con doesn't start till noon. So I was just trying to get down there ahead of time. I get in the shower, and I no more turn the water on. It gets nice and warm. That I get a phone call. And it's one of my board members. They're like, "We got a problem with the Ghostbusters. Here's what we're going to do." I'm like, "Okay, you got it handled. I'm going to get back in the shower." I get back in the shower. Now, another 3 minutes later, another board member calls me saying, "We got another problem with the Ghostbusters. We can't get their car into the door."